Sports. Straight ahead with a nationwide audience tuning in, it's a Monday night primetime showdown between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Green Bay Packers. Here's Brandon McManus to get this one going. And Monday Night Primetime is underway. Tank Bigsby here with a return. This makes it up to the 25. All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. With Saquon Barkley. Got away from one, but that only buys enough space for him to get back to the line, Brock. It's 2nd down.
When one defender failed, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. They go to Barkley again. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. And Jordan Cooper there to make the stop.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, he gets him just as many yards as a short completion would have.
About set. This is 3rd and 5. Hurts to throw. Left side. That's there. He's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball with the 44.
It's a gain of 25 yards. And an Eagle 1st down.
1st down throwing for Hurts. And it falls incomplete. Went for the deep ball there, but just couldn't connect. He was looking for Dallas Goedert there. And it's going to be 2nd down.
To 2nd and 10.
Go Silver, right? Very set. Anyway, Yeti. Carl up Yeti.
Back to throw. Hurts. Escapes the pocket. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into a... zone read option a little bit, Kate. You got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Caught out left. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
They'll go. Hurts. And it's a turnover to begin their game. That's incomplete on 4th, and it's going to go over on downs.
Yeah, I don't care that they didn't get it. Still the right call in that situation. It's a little too long for a field goal, and a punt really nets you very few yards. The decision-making was sound. It was the execution that let them down.
A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10. Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. And he made it his 6 yards to begin this one. We've got 2nd and 4.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. As for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3.
Set, ready, hunt.
Shotgun now for Love. It's cut right side by Watson. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
A whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front, they gave the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
Okay, ready?
3rd and just 2 to go.
Jump. Ready, ready. Hunt. Yellow, ready.
Turning to Jacobs on 3rd. He's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. They get 6 and a first down as well.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because it's money down and they want the ball, but a 3rd down run for a first down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
On the ready.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6.
Down. Red, 38. Claws red. Ready.
Here's Love to throw. He put everything he had into this one. And he's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers get a perfect start. They've got up 6-0.
It's an old adage, but it's a true adage. Speed kills. And gosh, I love that, Kate. Right from the jump, you don't wait to get your playmaker started. Get him the ball early and put a fear of God into this defense.
That one right down the middle. And the Packers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. On now is McManus to kick this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line. 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
And he's going to be bottled up just a few yards into that second down run.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. 3rd and long. They're going to throw. Has him on a quick hitter. And in a blink, they are off to midfield before somebody manages to stop him. First down, a run with Barkley. It'll be a quality gain on the run, and that also brings us to the end of this quarter. We're through one on Monday Night Primetime. 7-0 is our score. We'll return to historic Lambeau Field after this. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They have 2nd down and 5.
73. 73. Go Silver, ready? Hey, 73. 73. Kyle up, get him.
From the pistol, Hurts. That's caught by A.J. Brown. And he's taken down at the 30. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
A gain of 15. First down, Philadelphia.
play off the pistol give. He's got it in the red zone. And he's taken to the ground after a nice push downfield.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the game they did.
First down, and they go right back to it. Like the turnaround these last two plays, huh? Nice gain on one, and now they get him behind the line. That goose egg up on the scoreboard, Brock, that is not going away anytime soon if they keep having plays like that.
They really need something, an injection of energy here. Nothing will take the spark out of a series quite like getting stuck for a loss.
Hurts setting up to throw. Into double coverage. Ooh, don't want to do that, and he's there for the interception. Picked up by Jalen Jones.
First and 10 at their own 8-yard line.
Packers getting set here. First and 10.
Ready?
Jacobs gets it to start the drive. Oh, the football's loose. Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. And they'll advance it no further. They belt him as he tries bringing that fumble forward. Well, that is not how you make the most of an opportunity when your defense gives you the football back. But the good news is, Brock, at least they get another shot.
Yeah, when you're running on the field, you feel the joy of that defense, right? They just got you a possession. They're giving you an opportunity.
They connect on the deep shot. And this is across midfield and into enemy territory.
Look at the touch he put on that throw down the field. That was a masterpiece. He was the artist behind it, laying it in the perfect spot to create the big play.
Well, so much for seeing a safety, Brock. Things have totally changed now on first and 10 across midfield.
32. Red, yellow. Black ultra. Drill green. Set hut.
Love from the gun. Has it to his back. Here's Josh Jacobs. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Making that throw into double coverage to a running back, I don't want to live off of that, and I certainly am not going to count on it. But give some credit to the effort it took to make that catch. A whole bunch of bodies around him.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Let's go. 52 blue. Set.
From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. He locates a couple of yards through that chaos. That's Nolan Smith there for the stop.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune third down situation.
Well, we are still waiting for the scoring for anybody really to get going as we've hit our 2-minute warning. It's the Packers leading from Lambeau. Third and 6 for them to figure out now.
Here we go. Set. 45. White.
They'll throw 3rd and long. He's got his man. This is Kraft. And the stop is made 3 yards from the end zone. It's going to be 1st and goal.
Kate, that play's so indicative of why tight ends in this league have become just an X factor. Right, they're big, they can block at the line of scrimmage, but the elite guys, they've got that speed, and they can take something short and make a difference with it.
Defense still reeling from that last play. Now they're defending first and goal from the 3.
30.
The Packers take their first time out. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first. Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's first and goal.
Here we go. Here we go. Black, 95. Ready?
Jacobs takes it in. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers grow their lead just before halftime. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff. Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
On now is McManus to kick this away. Brown with a return here. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10. Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Taking the deep shotgun. First down. Okay. No one connected. It's incomplete.
Safe to say there's been an early disconnect between the planning phase and the execution phase for this offense. Might be time, Kate, really to get back to basics, to the calls that you just trust the most.
Second down. Hurts throwing again. He's trying to push the field. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles make it a one-score game before halftime. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. One after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles chuck the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Eagles 7. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Jaden Reed to return this. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
Packers take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Green Bay offense to the line now. First and 10.
60 red. 60 red. Watch out now. 50 fury. Hut, hut.
Love out of the shotgun. He just got rid of it, Brock, but he was still in that tackle box. This is going to draw the flag. Well, I've always wanted to ask this, so this feels like the perfect moment, Brock. Is there ever a time where a quarterback feels intentional grounding is actually worth it?
No. I don't think so. Not for your team, not for your play caller, not for your coach, not for the game situation. There really isn't a time. You've got to find an outlet, somewhere to throw that ball away safely.
Eagles are on it, and down he goes. Offense in the hurry up here.
And 8-yard loss on the play. It's now third down.
Here he goes, third and long. Gets everything he has under this one. That's grabbed inside the 30. Now timeout taken by Green Bay. That's it, second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Brock, you remember when they were near their own end zone? Yeah, things have totally changed now. 1st and 10 in enemy territory.
Ready?
Trying to throw this from the gun. That one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
2nd and 10, still at the 28.
Let's go. Red, yellow, 45, white, green jack. Set, huh?
Back to the air. Love. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Cooper to Gene in to pick it up. And the Eagles make the defensive stand and come through with a turnover in the final moments of the half. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback.
On the ready.
A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10.
Let's go now. 52 blue. 597 black ultra. 6 mega. Hut.
Back to work after throwing the pick. Completed to his running back. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
It's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Ready. Yellow, 43. Ready.
Shotgun give now to Jacobs. They stop him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. 3rd down coming up.
No gain on the play. He's now third.
Love on 3rd and short. Complete beyond the marker. Keeps on moving into the red zone. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
I think one of my favorite adjectives, I don't know why, it just sounds good off the lips, is shred. Shredding paper, shredding the slopes, or dude shredding a defense just like that.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal.
Set. 22 needle. Yellow.
In the red zone on 1st. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers grow the lead coming out at halftime. Marshawn Lloyd with a touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
On now is McManus to kick this away. This will end up as a touchback.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
63.
A play fake now hurts to throw. Connects on the crosser. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's good for an Eagles first down. One play in, Brock, and his drive is already into enemy territory.
180.
Barkley on the shotgun handoff. He's going to bring this down to their 35. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down. All set to go now from the 35. First and 10. Here's Hurts. This one snagged by Dallas Goedert. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Right back to Goddard, and he's got it. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense there. They're in the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And it is knocked away. Shot to the end zone. Answered there by a strong defensive effort. 2nd down.
Well, he went for it all right there. That was a highlight reel waiting to happen if he could connect. So good to get out of the pocket, keep the play alive, but even better defensively to force the incompletion.
After the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. And again, here's Hurts. It's off to Barkley, complete. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Barkley. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up.
You can keep your job in the NFL as a D-tackle if you eat up space. You really can. But you make that bad when you can defeat blocks, penetrate, and create runs for losses as a defensive tackle.
And he won't challenge for the goal line. The stop made at the 4. Only a yard that time. A defensive stand brewing here, and it brings up 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
63. Hey, Silver. Alpha. Hey, 73. Yeti.
Play action. Hurts has it. And the Packers are all over it. He goes down. And the defensive down away from completing this stand. It's 4th and goal. Jake Elliott out to put up 3 for the Eagles. A very short kick here from charging down the middle, and they block it. Live ball picked up inside the 25. There he goes on the right side. He's at the 30. The 10. He's at the 5. And they scoop up the block and don't stop until they reach Bader. A shout out to the special teamers, Brock. They got somebody in free to block that kick, and things just got better from there as he took it all the way back.
These special teams coaches, they live in dark places, man, and they look for any vulnerability they can. A lot of times, you're a step slow, just a millisecond away. Not that time. It pays off in the biggest of ways.
McManus to kick off for Green Bay.
On now is McManus to kick this away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. some juice on a deep throw. He's got it deep downfield. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. It goes for a 38-yard pickup. And that's good for an Eagles first down. Offense to the line fast.
And an Eagle first down.
First down throwing from Hurts. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he gets it in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. So the back does the work that time, Brock, taking it in for the touchdown.
Yeah, a running back in space can be an awfully dangerous weapon on a football field. Whether that's a design route to him, a check down, you see what can happen, what kind of damage the elite running backs in this league can do.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. Drive. 95. Trouble. 38. Set.
And off to Jacobs to start the drive. What a hit! And the ball's loose! But it looked like the Packers were able to cover it. No turnover. They keep possession. All right, we've reached the final quarter of Monday Night Primetime. The Packers carrying both the football and a good lead into our 4th quarter. After a fortuitous recovery, this will be 2nd down.
Ready. Hut, hut.
Hand off here to Jacobs. And he's going to be brought down in enemy territory now at the 46. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
First and 10 now from the 46.
Let's go now. Yellow. 22. Drill green. Set. Hut.
Going run again with Jacobs. Big gain followed by a little bit of a loss here. Defense getting the better of him on that run.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Black 40. Ready. Ready.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he runs this one in. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers making a 3-score game in the 4th. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown.
And that right there is why you continue to feed a running back. Definitely the most we've seen him do with any touch this game, and that is exactly what the doctor ordered.
Set up for the
52
two-point
blue.
conversion.
Claws. 10. Steel. Black. Fuse. Yellow. Smash. Red. Slide blue. Hut. Hut.
Love's going to throw for 2. Put the body on the line for his team.
Makes the score Packers 36, Eagles 15. Brendan McManus to kick off for
On now is McManus to kick this away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Eagles Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Hurts now from the gun. He's going to push one deep down. Challenges double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Packers take over on his 5th interception of the season.
Intercepted. The Packers take over 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On the double.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. 45. One. Set.
Jacobs running behind center. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 7, Brock, to begin this drive.
That is just a great drive starter. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable 2nd down.
7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3.
Let's go. Red, 38. Fight, 97. Red, yellow. Beetle, blue. Ready.
Shotgun now for Love. And he's able to get this down to the 36. He gets 6 on that play, and it'll give the Packers the 1st.
Come on. Here we go. Here we go. Yellow, 43. Ready.
Love from the gun. Thrown all the way to the end zone here. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers put up even more points in a win. McManus on for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Packers continue piling on to this lead. On now is McManus to kick this away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. They'll start this one out with Barkley. Drops by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
Finds a small seam. That's good for 5. Make it 3rd down.
You know, games that seem a little tougher to get against the front, gosh, this QB just makes routine. Such effortless running to pick up a handful on that designed run.
So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Green Bay. Eagles hoping to do some window dressing in the time remaining. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. On the play fake, it's Hurts. Hauled in down the sideline. And he's going to be driven out of bounds. The gain gets this down inside the 35. So the officials looked at it twice. The replay officials in New York agreed, and the call on the field's going to stand. They'll go for the gun with Barkley. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11.
There's no question about it. He has the license to adapt a little bit, to diagnose plays because they trust his instincts. And there, well, it was all on display. Expert-level diagnosis going on to see a potential run and get in position to stop it behind the line.
And give him 10 yards there. A lot of work done as they set up 3rd and very short.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Barkley gets it on 3rd down. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Trying to set this up quick. Working inside the red zone. Cut near the goal line. And this is down all the way to the 3. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal.
First and goal.
Barkley. Can't quite pass that line. They stop him at the 3. The timeout's taken now as we have 1, possibly 2 snaps remaining in this ball game. Setting up, 2nd and goal.
At the 3-yard line.
They go play action. Here's Hurts. And he's got it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles putting up points in a game decided. Dallas Goedert the touchdown.
The Eagles will set up for the 2-point conversion.
Receiver in motion, going left. He's almost there, but no, they stop him at the last moment. It's going to be just inches shy of that 2-point conversion. With time ticking away, they prepare for a must-get onside kick.
To kick off for Philadelphia.
And the Packers are able to recover the kick. Well, I guess they kind of had to do it here, Brock.
Yeah,
I
it's
guess.
called a have to. Yeah, kind of have to at this point in the game, huh?
Okay, but like most things in this game, it did not work out for them.
Yeah, let's face it, even if they do recover that, probably not going to find a way to win. But this is a time where you work on things, where you do build to the following week. Got to find a way to flush this because it's just not been their kind of game.
Ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down. On the handoff, here's Jacobs. He's taken down as he takes this to the 38. So a historic venue in football sees yet another win as the Packers take this one at Lambeau. Well, Brock, we both thought coming into this one that it was going to be a tough hill to climb going up against one of the better defenses in the NFL. But these guys looked and said, Hill? What hill?
And you know what? I think that happened over the course of this week. Sometimes when you know what you're facing, Kate,